Protective stance. Stand at a 45-degree angle to the person. This position is less confrontational than a face-to-face position. Knees slightly bent. The bent knees enable you to maintain a flexible body as well as make available to you the potential energy of your full body power. Hands in a natural posture with palms open. Open palms with thumbs in and fingers together. Closed fists can be read as an aggressive cue. Lateral motion. Lateral side step, attempting to keep one foot on the floor. Occasionally look back if conditions permit. Keep the person in sight. Modulate speed and tempo as necessary. Move to safer area. Call for staff or help if further assistance is needed. One hand wrist release. Open hand. Rotate wrist so that the thinnest portion of wrist can move between thumb and fingers. Reach over person's wrist and grasp your own hand. Pull your hands towards your chest using full body motion, pivot, and step back away from the person. Two-hand wrist release. Person has grabbed one of your arms with both hands. Open your hand. Reach through the middle of person's arms, clasp both your hands together, pivot and pull your arms back to your chest. Move and step away. Clothing releases. One hand grab without a twist. Pin your own clothing using hand on same side as person's hand. With your hand on opposite side of person's hand, put your palm to person's palm. Push, do not hit, person's hand away from your body. Pivot and step away. One hand grab with a twist. Pin your own clothing using hand on same side as the person's hand. With arm on opposite side of person's grasp, reach over and cup your hand over back of person's hand, just below the little finger and ring finger. Roll person's hand a half turn with little finger and ring fingers together and rotating upward. Push off horizontally, causing fingers to uncurl. Pivot and step away. The wave, two-hand clothing grab. Weave your dominant hand over person's closest forearm and under other forearm. Move your other hand up, bringing it palm to palm with your dominant hand. Bring the elbow of your dominant arm down to your rib cage while pushing upwards with your non-dominant hand. At the same time, step backwards with your dominant leg, turning your body towards the dominant side. Step away and step into a protective stance. Hair release. This is a call for help situation. Pin with one or two hands, but always using hand of same side as pull. Always protect your neck. Call for staff, for help. Effect release. Choke releases. Frontal chokes. These are life or death situations. Technique 1, the wave. Turn head to move thumbs off throat. Weave dominant hand over person's closest forearm and under other forearm. Move your other hand up, bringing it palm to palm with your dominant hand. Bring the elbow of your dominant arm down to your rib cage while pushing upwards with your non-dominant hand. At the same time, step backwards with your dominant leg, turning your body towards the dominant side. Technique 2, against the wall. Lower center of gravity and twist body towards the exit. Place your hands firmly on either side of one of the person's wrists. Turn the person away from you by bringing their arm up and across your midline. Side step away. Choke from rear. Shrug your shoulders, keeping your hands in front of you. Lean forward with your body weight and walk away from the person while rotating your upper body back and forth at the shoulders. As soon as the hold is released, do a 90-degree pivot into the protective stance and use lateral movement to create more space. Chin tuck, headlock hold. Place your hands on the person's arm on both sides of your own face. Pull downward with your hands to allow for better breath. To maintain your airway, rotate your shoulders and head so you can tuck your chin into the crook of the person's elbow and lower your center of gravity. Pull down on the person's wrist while you push up on the person's elbow using leverage. Side step so that you are hip to hip on the same side as the person's arm that is around your throat. At the same time, turn your head towards the person's rib cage as you slide your head down through the opening under the choking arm. Pivot on your outside foot in the opposite direction. Step back on inside foot, bend knee, and fully pivot away. Bear hug. Arms are pinned to your sides. Rotate shoulders forward and inward toward your body and create space so you can breathe. Yell staff or help. Lock person's wrist using one of your arms on the hand that is underneath. Peel person's fingers, starting with the index finger, using the hand on your other arm away from the hand that is on top. When fingers have been peeled, turn 90 degrees and step away into protective stance. To effect release, always peel fingers from hand on top, as that is the weakest point. Straight punch. With both hands, palms up, thumbs in and fingers together, sweep the punch away so that your arms make contact with the outside of the person's arms, between elbow and wrist, not the inside of their forearm or bicep area. Sweep the arm away from you across the person's body. Pivot to the outside, move away and into protective stance. Kicks. Protect your vital organs and vulnerable parts by turning your lower body at a 90-degree angle to the person. Keep hands open and available to deflect any aggressive movements. Once in a pivot position, be certain that your weight resides on the back leg. Be aware of who may be likely to kick. Stay at least a leg's length away from the person. Bite. Before the bite has been released, do not pull the bitten body part from the person's mouth. Secure person's head toward the bite while moving person toward a solid object, for example, a wall. Firmly press the bitten body part into the bite. Call staff or help when responding staff arrive to effect release. Remain calm and tell responding staff where you are being bitten. Continue to forcefully press the bitten body part into the bite. Responding staff should secure the person's limbs, ensuring not to pull him or her away from you, as pulling might cause tearing of your skin. Intervening staff may pinch his or her nose closed for a brief period to cause the person to open their mouth to breathe and thus effect release.